हेलो, वेलकम वेलकम। पब्लिक फिर से कंफ्यूज कि टेस्ट ने वापस फॉर्मेट चेंज कर दिया है।
टिस का फॉर्मेट डिपेंड्स ऑन टिस का हालात. तो
या
अगर
Yeah.
टिस मेंबर्स बिजी है तो फिर जूम होगा.
गाइस, वी आर फ्लूइड लाइक वाटर। हम लोग बहते रहते हैं, ठीक है। वी
Yes.
आर नॉट कन्फाउंड टू वन थिंग। समटाइम्स वी आर
Mm-hmm.
लिक्विड, समटाइम्स वी आर सॉलिड। एंड टुडे वी आर ऑन जूम बिकॉज बहुत पब्लिक लास्ट 3-4 एपिसोड से ब्रिंग आदर बैक, हैज आदर लेफ्ट द ग्रुप, व्हाई इज आदर नॉट हियर, मिस हिज सेक्सी फेस, आई वांट टू किस
Oh
हिम, ऐसे
wow.
सब लिख रहे हैं।
Adar, can you please clarify that you're in Kurla, which is why you can't make it?
या
Yeah, I'm in Kurla and it's very very far away. It was easier coming from London to do live podcasts than it is from Kurla. So I've just told the boys sorry. तो मैं यहाँ से I'm landlocked.
हाँ, तो गाइस फॉर फ्यूचर रेफरेंस, मतलब हम लोग ऐसे बीच में जूम पे आते रहेंगे क्योंकि तुम लोग आदर को मिस करते हो, फिर वापस इन पर्सन करेंगे, कितने बार नहीं भी
Hmm.
करेंगे। सो बी रेडी, प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर एवरीथिंग। चल, तो आज बाबा तो नहीं
हाँ.
है, तो आप सब रिकॉर्ड कर रहे हैं। सो लेट्स बिगिन द एपिसोड इन 3
Yeah.
2 1। Hello and welcome to another episode of the Internet Set. So, a show we take random incident, we observe facts, trivia, and personal stories, and we talk about it. And guys, today, a very unique event in TIS that happens once every few years is that we do a part two. So, suck it, everybody who says, "Oh, this says part two." It never happens. It is happening,
This
and
is
it's a
brilliant.
and variety of reasons, because the topic is worth discussing, and also we are running out of topics, so
Hmm.
works works well
We've decided to do all our episodes as a part
again.
two. Okay.
So unlearn and forget all the stories you may have heard and watch us hear them say it again.
हाँ.
So sorry, बोला ही नहीं। टॉपिक तो आज का है
Yeah.
टेक्नोलॉजी या टेक या
Yeah.
basically
इसलिए देख
everything that AI is doing nowadays, because
इसलिए मैं हुडी पहन के बैठा हूँ इसलिए we're discussing tech. How can I not wear pretentious hoodie and flip flops?
हाँ, बट तूने येलो टी शर्ट पहना, ब्लैक टी शर्ट पहनना।
हाँ.
Adar is 3 other sweaty people away from being a tech billionaire.
Aadar is looking more like a
I'm
coder, who the tech
yeah.
billionaire says, काम कर, काम कर,
काम
क्या
कर.
18 घंटा क्रिसमस, क्या काम कर, काम कर, ये मेरे को परसों तक चाहिए। और आदर बैठ के हुडी पहन के हंसर करते जा रहा हूँ। But obviously, like the last time we did this episode was late 2019, early 2020.
Hmm.
Then the world went to shit. But then between now and then, a host of new tech has come up. You know, some life changing, some apocalypse inducing, and some stupid, some great. So, what according to you in the last 3 years that we have has been like the biggest?
I mean, dude, like that's the thing, right? When we were talking about this episode, like the thing that we were talking about was we did an episode on AI and Chat GPT, which in typical early mover advantage, we have called it Chat GTP.
GTP.
And that's the title of the episode.
GD, and I think throughout the podcast, I kept calling it GDP.
Oh, good.
So,
Welcome to a well-researched podcast, guys.
no, but that's the point, right? Like we are living, dude, in the age of, like, we have seen the inception of AI, and it's going to have such incredible changes that no matter how much you speak about it, it's always going to outpace it, outpace those conversations, outpace those ideas. Like 6 months ago seems so far behind as compared to what's happened in those last 6 months, right? Like, so, like for example, Sundar
Dude,
Pichai was asked about AI, and he says that this is the biggest thing since fire.
Oh, wow. You know, funnily enough, Hrithik Roshan was asked about AI and he said, AI, AI, oh, why, AI.
Yeah.
And then,
Must. Classics.
oh, welcome
Just
to a
Hrithik
tech
going
episode on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, fair warning. We are not tech influencers or extremely tech geeks, apart from Aadar, who buys one new electronic every few hours. So it's not a tech review, but just sitting and chatting
Yeah.
about it. But by the way,
I was so bummed that I was talking to Kautuk. I bought a new mic, but वो घर पे पड़ा है. I'm sitting in a hotel room and I don't have the mic, which goes like inside your shirt and it's like perfectly in the center and it's like यहाँ से magnet से connect होता है.
Holy
It's brilliant.
Yeah, no, but there's a lot
but
of
joke निकलते हैं क्या उससे?
हाँ? नहीं जोक खुद
निकल-
बोलेगा लेकिन जोक का क्वालिटी वीडियो क्वालिटी अच्छा निकलता है. I
सुनाई
have to
देगा.
compete with Instagram influencers. Dude, आजकल सब लोग के गले में वो रोड का माइक लगा हुआ है. Dude, रास्ते पे जाके हाय व्हाट डू यू थिंक अबाउट ब्ला 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 ब्ला.
सब लोग रोड पे जाके रोड माइक लगा के पूछ रहे हैं.
इससे इससे कोई भी चीज पे रोड माइक कनेक्ट करके आप बताइए, अब बताइए.
Bro, in fact, I feel disappointed sometimes when I go out and I haven't been approached by anyone who is doing a vox pop or a prank. I'm like, is it something about my face that is making you stay away? You've targeted everyone.
they come in and like, नहीं इसको नहीं पूछते.
इसको नहीं,
इससे कंटेंट नहीं मिलेगा.
कुछ इंटरेस्टिंग बोलेगा ही नहीं है.
बट लेकिन सुन ना, ये एआई अपन जब चैट जीपीटी वाला एपिसोड जब अपन ने किया था कुछ 6 महीना पहले, राइट, वो टाइम पे फक माइंड इज ब्लोन कि अरे तू इस पे डाला तो वो बात करता है और ये सब देता है. इवन चैट जीपीटी हैज गॉटन मोर इनसेन in that much time, mainly because we've also learned the prompts and the way you need to phrase a particular conversation you have with it, right? And it's mental, bro. मतलब it's तो कुछ ये अगर अपने टाइम पे होता ना, जब अपने को कॉलेज प्रोजेक्ट्स या कुछ बनाने होते तो सब लोग A+ grade.
Yes.
And it can also make it sound like you have written it. So it doesn't have that extra flowery, like it looks like a thesis has been copied. It makes it seem like I have written it also.
You can ask it to dumb it down. Yeah. And you should, because here's the thing, right? So I was going through, I'd put up a reel about this, but it's what we're talking about. I'd looked, meaning basically I was watching the trailer of this movie called Zara Hatke Zara Bachke, the Vicky Kaushal and
is the name of the movie and also a warning before you watch the trailer.
Yeah, no, so exactly. So I see the trailer and I go down to the comment section and they've populated it with chatbots. Okay, and
it's the same.
Was because the only reason I could tell was because it always started off with the same thing in this trailer. Okay, and then it would give you one compliment. So in this trailer, the cinematography is amazing. In this trailer, the visual effects are amazing. Now, what got me was someone saying, in this trailer, the animation is on point. And I'm like, Vicky Kaushal is animated?
No, but it's good to mask it, right? Like, so it shouldn't look blatantly copied from ChatGPT. Anyway, but ek to wo tha which was just text related. But AI in terms of photos is just every day on Instagram. It's one new, like Photoshop has generative fill right now. Bro,
I saw it in action, Abhi.
Wow, तू तो रहता है डिजाइनर के साथ भाई, so you must know even more. What's it like, dude? Like it looks like magic. It's almost reached that level where movies में दिखाई देता है, मालूम है, मिशन इम्पॉसिबल में कि ऐसे कुछ किया तो उन लोग कर लेते हैं, like अरे ये तो sci-fi है. It's literally like that. मजाक है.
Back in the day, when Game of Thrones used to come out every Monday, after the episode, I think a lot of us used to go and see the BTS, the behind the scenes of how they used to do it, right? Because for the first time, you could see that for something that was produced for television, they were putting these incredible effects, putting dragons, a green screen, all of that stuff, right? And it used to be fascinating to look at. Now, that technology is in the hands of anybody with a laptop.
Yeah. Literally.
Like it feels like that. It feels like
so, no, it doesn't feel like that. It is, if you know, even if you put a little bit of effort. So right now, there is an app that can, so it renders Neville useless. Basically, what it does is it takes the podcast. I think it's an Adobe software where you dump your podcast in there. And what it does is, if it's multiple cameras, so if Varun shoots with his own phone, Kautuk, we all discuss it on Zoom, but hum log ka ek aur second camera pointed hai. We send all the footage to one person. Or we just dump it onto the software. It will cut to the person who's talking.
Yeah.
Wow.
It will automatically, like whoever, jiska bhi audio chal raha hai, it will cut to that person automatically, and it will cut out the and ers and silences.
Oh shit! So, बाबा का क्या होगा फिर?
So that's the thing, right? So when Aadar had shared this thing with us, right? This it was a reel of these editors who had shown you this technology where they were like, dude, look at this. I put this plugin into Adobe and then cut. Within seconds, it's done this whole podcast. Yeah. And I think the point that they were also making, and the point that's valid for almost all AI technology, is that kind of becomes the starting point for the editor to get creative. So rather than them spending their time doing and sort of like getting
Gada
tired and doing
mazduri.
the grunt work, right? So the AI does all the basic stuff, and then they focus on adding the music, adding the the sort of the touches that make it even better.
So there's literally a software now where you can actually, एक तो one is which is remove.bg, जहाँ पे like you take any photograph and you just create पूरा का पूरा निकाल देता है, but it does that on video as well. A lot of them are just doing it on video, so you can literally just after the fact, you don't shoot it on a green screen, nothing. It will remove your background. एक है which will separate the vocals from the instruments in your audio.
Fuck.
So if you take you take a song, you take an Eminem song, it just separates his vocals from that. So now you just have the beat. So
Unbelievable.
it's taking shit that is impossible to do and like bringing it
Like,
into
you also can sort of make it hear a specific artist, then feed in your own words that gets put together with beats, and another song is created which sounds exactly like an Eminem would sing it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's magic.
So artists have started saying, if you guys use it, go ahead and use my voice. I want my 50%. It's like, go ahead. So the smarter artists are embracing the tech.
Bro, back in the day, this was a career. Suresh Wadkar was the AI of Amitabh Bachchan.
Shava. Everybody who thought it was Amit ji, it wasn't.
वो देखा है क्या तुम लोग ने? The guy who deep fakes Arnold Schwarzenegger and puts him in all the movies. Please find this guy, Arnold in Titanic, where he's replaced Kate Winslet with Arnold Schwarzenegger's face, and he redubs Arnold's dialogue and just going, "Bake me like one of your French girls." And Leonardo DiCaprio painting Arnold Schwarzenegger.
And instead of Kate Winslet lying like this,
now.
Arnold is lying like this.
Bro, that Titanic would be insane, right? Like Titanic is breaking, but Arnold एक साइड को पकड़ के खींच के ला रहा है, बोल रहे नहीं टेंशन मत ले, उधर बजा रहे कॉन्टेंट, और फिर ऐसे नीचे और पब्लिक देख रही क्या हो गया, टूटी नहीं, it's dancing kebab shit.
Get everyone to the chopper.
Yeah.
Bro, the iceberg hits Arnold and the iceberg breaks.
Yeah. Oh, there's an iceberg. I broke it.
Bap.
Boat attack गई, Arnold jump मारा, रस्सी टाई, क्या उसमें?
Speaking of actors in unusual roles, so there is a new technology. Okay, it's now pretty old, but it's from the future. So there's this thing called Gravity Industries. Okay, Gravity Industries. By the way, if you haven't seen it, and I'm sure you have, but in case you haven't, go to YouTube and just type Gravity Industries. These people are a company that makes this sort of like the closest thing to a jetpack. Okay,
wow.
It's a suit that you wear and you can be propelled into the air. Okay.
Yeah, you can be Dangerous Dave in real life, if you know what I mean. 90s kids, raise your hand.
Exactly that.
Comment if you love Dangerous Dave.
Exactly that. So ever since Dangerous Dave, I've always been fascinated with jetpack and all of that stuff. So this is the closest thing so far. It just propels you up. They've used it in over land, water, gone over mountains. It's crazy. It's nuts. And they did one demo, okay, which was the crossover event that I didn't know I was waiting for. It was Gravity Industries with their suit being worn by Akshay Kumar.
Wow, I'm a plane. Look, mom. Fuck.
He was flying. It was crazy.
Hilarious. Iska video hai kidhar?
Yeah. There's a whole
video. I want to see
this
video of me flying. I'm on, man. No, Akshay, you're not. You're just wearing a jetpack. Like, we're going to take that away. Yes, I'm still Iron Man.
No. Dude, Akshay Kumar is 100%. Would watch. This guy, what's it called? Marcus Brownlee, the MK PhD, he had put up this thing which was very interesting. He said, what is even a photo? Because is it a photo if you can manipulate everything in it? Because with Google Photos, you can just select a person in the image, just move them to the side and AI will generate the rest of the image. You know that classic photo that everyone gets wrong where you want to put your hand on the top of a monument, right?
Yeah.
At the top of the Taj Mahal or whatever. People always get it wrong. Well, now you can bring the Taj Mahal down to wherever your shitty hand was.
Yeah, yeah. You don't even have
But
to
this
be at
is
Taj Mahal. You
harsh.
can do this at Taj Mahal and replicate it at Eiffel, new fucking Statue
Yeah.
of Liberty, and still make it look fucking authentic. Like only you could tell, right? कि अरे ये morphed image है. उसमें एक पैसा कुछ ऊपर नीचे हमेशा weird होता था. It is unbelievable right now.
That's the thing, right? So we are going to reach, and we were already at the place where you're not going to, they used to say ki I won't trust it until I see it with my own eyes. We're past that point where I won't trust it even if I see it with my own eyes, because I don't know what I'm looking at anymore, right? And the other scary part of it is that technology will always move faster than the laws can keep up with it.
Yeah.
Right? So by the time lawmakers reach a consensus, agree that this is bad, AI has already moved like 3 generations ahead.
Yeah.
No,
How many
so-
apocalyptic AI movies does Hollywood need to make for the world now to take it seriously?
No, so the thing is like it's extremely difficult. Ek to everybody knows about the Microsoft AI that they used for Twitter. So it was about like just generating social media posts. So social media post pay, it started saying like the most horrible stuff that was racist. Like I don't even know if I should repeat it on the podcast because
Don't.
इसको cut करके कोई और डाल सकता है. But it became a insane right-wing fascist like a typical troll because it saw and the thing is you can't blame the AI. It's like
Because it is
Microsoft
self-learning.
apologized. It's self-learning and it's taking the data set of what exists on that particular
Aadar.
platform.
Other, it didn't become a troll, it became a regular Twitter user.
Yeah.
It just fit right in. It's like
this is the best way for me to fit in, and yeah, that's what I think. It's trying to duplicate what human beings are supposed to be like. That was the modus operandi.
yeah, that's true. Like we can't keep the bias out of AI. That's the other scary part about it, which is that like there's so many of these examples where the AI was trained on modules, and what it did was it started replicating the biases that it was trained on, and so it was completely unreliable. Like Amazon, you had created an AI model for to make sort of like recruitment easier. Okay, so you would submit a document with all your credentials and everything, and it would see if you were fit for Amazon. Within a short period of time, they started realizing that it had this bias against women. So it would just discount all the candidates that were women. So they had to shut it down immediately because they were like, we've probably messed up with this. And this is happening. This is with one example. The other examples are of it's got a bias against races, it's got a bias against sexuality. It's all over the place.
एक बंदा, I think Canada and New Zealand में there was a guy who's Asian and he applied for a driving license and they rejected his license saying that the photo में उसका आँख बंद है, and when you see the photo it's like उसका आँख खुला है, very clearly उसका आँख खुला है.
Oh, yeah.
तो अगर तेरा ऐसे racist AI अगर take over कर लिया, एक तो AI take over करना is anyway like crazy, right? If there's a sexist, misogynist, racist, fucking crazy AI taking over means we'll straight go back from 2023 to I don't know, dark ages.
Well, it's like it would be the voice of Big Boss.
AI चाहते हैं कि आप go back in time करें. But
एक था, so there's a book which Neville has gotten me, like I went through the entire series, Scythe. So Scythe ka second part is the Thunderhead. Thunderhead is the artificial intelligence that controls humanity. And so throughout that second book, it's trying to the second and the third book, it's trying to replicate itself. So it is an AI which is a successful AI that they've created, and it's been so long that it's handling everything on Earth and human beings. And then it's like it's trying to replicate itself on some level, and it just can't manage to do that. It's going through millions of iterations, and every time something just goes wrong, and it just can't figure out how to replicate itself. So it's like it's the fluke that happened with that particular AI.
The magic of creation.
Yeah.
So Are there any more AI fails?
Yeah. भारी AI fails.
बोल.
So एक है so the thing is this first mover advantage. People get super excited and then dump it onto various platforms. So एक था they were like beauty pageants are very biased. So let's have an artificial non-biased AI to judge the beauty pageant.
Oh no.
And it became super racist and only white people were being judged.
Oh
And
no.
AI was actually like the judgment criteria for the AI became about blemishes on the face and wrinkles on the face rather than anything to do with personality.
How would you solve world hunger? पूरा आंसर देते उसने पूरा प्रिपेयर करके सॉरी यू डोंट विन क्योंकि आपके मुंह पे पिंपल है, लेकिन मैं मस्त आंसर दिया, सॉरी एआई ने जो बोला वही करना पड़ रहा है. वाओ डूड, दैट्स ये
Then
किधर हुआ, ये किधर हुआ?
this was एक second, I'm pulling up the city it happened in. I think these are happening in Japan. Most of these guys, I think Japan is the first
but
one to adopt all these things.
I would feel even more worried if AI gave a personal opinion on beauty, where it wasn't judging on blemish, and it was just like, देख मेरे को ना ऐसा लग रहा था कि
So एक और था where the AI so there was a Japanese hotel which decided to adopt AI robots, like legit robots and AI in their entire hotel to run everything from the downstairs, and then like AI assistant and everything in the room. So you ask for something and the AI assistant takes care of it. तो एक आदमी सो रहा था रूम में and he's a snorer, like really loud snorer. So every time he would snore, the assistant kept waking up. Sorry, I didn't get that. Could you repeat it again? पूरी रात.
वाओ.
So ऐसा बहुत सारा ऐसा इंसिडेंट हुआ है, and the funniest one, and this is the most gross one I've seen.
पर ये उठा क्या
Which
आदमी? तो ये
हाँ,
उधर
बार बार
snore
उठा.
कर रहे हैं,
Every time he snores, then the AI would go, sorry, I didn't catch that. Could you repeat it again?
फिर
Bro,
एक
you
टाइम
know,
पे उठ के सीधे जाके कान के नीचे मारा उसने एआई रोबोट पे, हाथ साले सोने दे. Sorry, didn't get that.
और फिर AI
There's
भड़क
no
गया. AI भड़क गया, बोला
एआई बोला क्या बोला बे, क्या तू मुझे क्या?
हाँ, बाद में रोबोट उसके रूम पे बनाते.
And that is what led to the takeover
Robot
of
uprising.
robot
The guy who snored.
ये मार खा रहा था उधर, फिर वो अपने सब भाई लोग को उधर जापानीज रोड में लेकर बोला मुझे ऐसा मारा, ऐसा कैसा करेंगे, हम आगे बढ़ेंगे. उन्होंने ग्रुप बना लिया और सब अलग अलग और रोबोट्स के दोस्त बन गए. वैक्यूम क्लीनर आ रहा है, वॉशिंग मशीन सब,
Bro,
क्योंकि
by the
सब
way,
एआई सब स्मार्ट है.
washing machine.
नहीं आ रहा हूँ. अबे तू क्या
This
करेगा?
this is Wally. This is basically Wally.
But this is Mau Wally.
हाँ.
But the
Mau
बाप बाप
क्या बोला यार रोबोट, हेलो करेगी नहीं.
ए, क्या बोलते हैं भाई, अपुन मुंबई का राजा अपुन.
But sympathy towards AI also, because this poor AI, okay, this guy is snoring. AI is like, bro, how illegible is this man's diction? Bro, थोड़ा
Yeah.
ढंग से बोलना.
Sorry, we don't have that language. Sorry, we
नहीं,
don't
एक
have that language. तेरी माँ की.
But
Yes.
एलेक्सा का घर का बहुत सारे इंसिडेंट्स है. लाइक न्यूज पे अगर कोई बोल रहा है ऑर्डर डॉल हाउस नाउ, तो वो डॉल हाउस ऑर्डर कर देता है.
Yo,
So
my God.
it's like that perfect recognition.
क्या हॉरर मूवी है ब्रो ये.
Yeah.
Guys, if anybody makes this movie, we need royalty. ये fuck
This
क्या
is
बाप हॉरर
Dollhouse.
मूवी है. ये लिटरली टीवी पे जो चल रहा है, तेरा अलेक्सा सुन रहा है, मंगाते जा रहा है. ये फैमिली है जो जस्ट मूव इन हुई है यहाँ पर, उनका छोटा बच्चा है, and they are scared by these happenings. Fuck.
जिससे एक डॉल हाउस रोज आ जाता है.
एक दिन डॉल हाउस, एक दिन we should get this knife. Ordering knives.
एंड दरवाजे के बाहर एक नाइफ पड़ा हुआ.
ये लोग शक करने लग जाते हैं नेबर पे. फिर एक दिन बाप बोलते हैं नहीं मैन वो टेक दिस, उधर जाते हैं, नेबर के साथ मारामारी होता है और नेबर मर जाता है. फक, we need to hide this, we need to hide this. इधर आ गए.
So
एक the thing is like घर का एक और है which is the most dirty one that I've heard is the electric the vacuum cleaners, the automatic vacuum cleaners. So किसी ने 1:30 बजे अपने घर पे तो बोलता है कि we know that our Roomba now cleans the house at 1:30 every night because उन लोग ने रात का कुछ ambiguous time रखा था, but now they know it's 1:30 because उनके कुत्ते ने हॉल में टट्टी कर दिया, and then the vacuum cleaner went to work, and the vacuum cleaner spread the poop all over the house.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So there are things that AI cannot detect.
Yeah, I think
Wow.
that there are several limitations. Several limitations. This is probably at the top of that list.
Like,
Wow.
I got the robot vacuum cleaner and it's very useful. करता बहुत अच्छा है. But the thing is, after a while when you're sitting in the hall ऐसे चाय वाय पी रहे, suddenly you'll hear like a beep beep trying to find home, trying to find. फिर जाके देखते हो बिस्तर के नीचे कहीं अटक गया है तो उसको फिर बाद में बिस्तर से निकालना पड़ता है नीचे से.
तो कुत्ते ऐसा ही हो गया ब्रो, तो ऐसे रोज
हाँ.
काम करे घर पे आ रहा है, तेरा वैक्यूम क्लीनर भाग के आके तेरे ऊपर घर पे हट नीचे रख, कुत्ते तो वैक्यूम क्लीनर है, कुत्ता नहीं. मेरे में क्या जम मार रहा है.
नहीं,
Home.
वैक्यूम क्लीनर बोल रहा है ब्रो, इट्स नॉट आउट ऑफ सेंटिमेंटालिटी, तेरा फेस बहुत गंदा है.
गंदा है.
बट ये वाला जो ना, ये रूम्बा
Contaminant.
वाला वैक्यूम क्लीनर ब्रो, दिस इज मेंट फॉर कंट्रीज वेयर इतना जैसे अपने इधर जितना धूल मट्टी कचरा है नहीं है, वही कंट्री के लिए इट्स मेंट फॉर. बिकॉज
तो
अपने इधर तो आएगा ना, जब तक तुम झाड़ू लेके वो कोपचे में नहीं गया ना, तब तक तेरा घर नहीं साफ है ब्रो. हर जगह घूम के चले जाता है. बट हाँ,
वहां पे वो टूट जाएगा, वो दम तोड़ देगा वहां पे, ऐसे चालू करेगा एंड देन इट विल बी लाइक लेट मी
वो
गो
जाके
होम.
कोने में ठाप ऐसे ठाप, ट्राइंग टू फाइंड होम.
एक्चुअली हम लोग का फर्नीचर इंडियंस वी प्लान आवर फर्नीचर इन सच अ वे कि बस खाली एक इंसान ऐसे टेढ़ा मेढ़ा होके ही जा पाए. लाइक आई डोंट नो व्हाट इट इज विद अस. वी टेंड टू लाइक मोस्ट इंडियन फैमिली होम्स आर जस्ट लोडेड विद फर्नीचर.
इसलिए तू लंदन चलेगा ना तू.
हाँ, वहां पे रूम्बा
you're
चलता
not
है.
able to take the way the architecture of the house was. मैं लंदन जा रहा हूँ.
I'm not going to be surprised if in the future they sell, I mean, I'm sure they're already doing it, that they're selling homes saying that it's robot friendly, where everything is, it's designed and optimized for maximum automation. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, for
No,
example,
but
there
they're
was,
selling massive smart homes, like as a
yeah,
thing where
yeah, as a
everything
thing.
in the home is like it's over smart. तो अंदर गया तेरे को
Over
automatically detect कर लेता है.
हाँ,
तेरा रेटिना स्कैन
it's
चिल्ला के तू
I
बोल
love
एसी
that.
चालू कर, एसी चालू हो रहा है.
It's over smart के घर में घुसा तो आ गया घर साला.
हाँ.
This is just
साले.
being condescending to you.
हाँ, तेरे को मालूम है ना, तेरे को महीने का ईएमआई भरने, साले चल जा बाहर. क्या क्या जल्दी है.
By the way,
हाँ,
did
पता है
you,
मैंने घर पे क्या
11
क्या
बजे
काम
तक
किया
सोया
जब तू
साले.
काम पे था.
by the
मैं
way,
क्या
did
कर
you,
रहा हूँ घर पे तेरे को पता है.
I don't know if you've told this story before on the podcast, but it's worth,
Probably have.
yeah, it's worth telling.
Yeah.
So, this is a story that either Salman was saying on Coffee with Karan, okay, back in the day. He's like,
How did Salman manage to get on a podcast with
About
artificial
tech.
intelligence?
no, I'll tell you, so it's damn funny. So Salman's on Coffee with Karan, and he's like, one day I was on a plane with Shah Rukh, okay, or someone like that, and this guy had like all this tech, okay, a lot of tech. And while they're on the plane, as the plane lands, the guy just opens his laptop, does some stuff, opens his phone, does some stuff, and he goes like, bro, do you know what I just did? And someone's like, what? And he's like, I set the temperature of the AC and I've started the geyser and I've done everything and my house is going to be perfect when I arrive. Someone's like, acha, ये technology मेरे पास 20 साल से है. The guy is stunned. He's like, क्या? He's like, हाँ, बताता हूँ. He picks up the phone. He's like, Ramesh, you don't लगा देना.
गाड़ी का AC on कर
The
देना.
best part is that Salman has still got network in the air.
No, they've landed. They've landed.
They've landed.
नहीं बोला 12,000 25,000 फीट पे हेलो हेलो आवाज नहीं आ रही है सर. हाँ सलमान, क्योंकि हम 25,000 फीट पे वहां नेटवर्क नहीं है.
Big boss, गाड़ी का AC on करो, big boss.
बट ये बहुत
Okay.
करते हैं पब्लिक, सब अपने फोन से कंट्रोल एवरीथिंग फ्रॉम लाइक माय नानी स्टेइंग विद माय मॉम, राइट? सो वी हैव अ कैमरा इन हर रूम टू मेक श्योर शी इज ओके एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट, राइट? पूरा सब
Bro, this is
मतलब
very
फोन पे.
creepy.
Like my friends now, they've stopped using keys, so they have the
Yeah.
very
Yeah,
nice
yeah.
compact fingerprint door lock. ठीक है, उधर जा, तेरा वही थंबप्रिंट दे दे, खुल जाएगा. कभी चाबी घूमने का टेंशन ही नहीं ब्रो. अपन यही करते जा रहे हैं अभी तक.
अभी चाबी नहीं, अभी थंब घूमने का प्रॉब्लम है.
अगर मैं
तो
थंब घुमा दिया,
दे
अगर मैं घर पहुंचा एक दिन और मैं दरवाजे को ठक ठक करते आया, निकिता दरवाजा खोली, बोला why you banging on the door? I can't enter. Why can't you enter? Fuck it. Like
forgot my
I
thumb at
lost
home.
my thumb. How the fuck could you possibly lose your thumb? I don't know. I
मेरे
decided to
पास इधर ही
check.
रखा था.
Just decided to check how fast the fan was moving. And the first time was a little difficult, so I tried it again. And
Second
now
time.
I'm thumbless and I can't enter the house. We should have just stuck to keys. At least you can open it like this.
But I recognition भी होता ना, कॉर्निया वाला. I
मैं
don't
अभी
know,
रोज
like
घर
वो
पे आके ऐसे अपने खुद के दरवाजे के अंदर जाने दे अंदर. Cannot recognize this eye. हाँ, क्योंकि मेरे को बेंड करके देखना पड़ रहा है. साले खोल. Third, home intrusion detected. No, it's my home. Home
No,
intrusion detected.
by the way, all of this relies on the fact that there is electricity.
in the house.
AI वो भी
fuck.
करेगा.
तो
AI वो
इधर
भी
लोड
करेगा.
शेडिंग हो गया तो घर में घुस नहीं
हाँ
पाएगा.
गया.
And to solve this problem, I'll tell you about this new tech that exists. It was a perfect segue G3, which we didn't even plan. And that is now you can generate electricity from your sweat. Yes.
तो तू बाहर रह के
Yes.
तो
It's
इलेक्ट्रिसिटी
sweat
नहीं है
powered
तो तू बाहर,
electricity.
तो तेरा
अरे
पसीना निकलेगा when you are locked out of your
अभी तो
house and
शॉक
then
नहीं लगेगा. तो उसको उसमें तो समझाता हूँ ना जो मैंने पढ़ा हो. तो बेसिकली यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ कैलिफोर्निया में एक वेरेबल डिवाइस है, ठीक है, that uses sweat from your tips to generate small levels of electricity. Okay, and it works even when people are asleep. And if you touch stuff like phone, ये वो कुछ तो अगर ज्यादा टच करे, लैपटॉप तो ज्यादा यूज होता है, helping it generate more electricity. Okay, now 10 hours of wearing this device on your finger is enough to generate 400 millijoules of energy, which can power your smartwatch for 24 hours.
तो तू स्मार्ट वॉच को चार्ज करने के लिए अभी ऐसा करना पड़ेगा तेरे को.
अभी मैं स्मार्टवॉच को चार्ज करने के लिए रोज 1 घंटा भागता हूँ और फिर पसीना आता है,
फिर उसको छाती पे रब करता हूँ.
छाती पे रब करता है.
फिर मैं ऐसे आता हूँ.
पहले
एक्चुअली
हम लोग बैठते थे,
मैं वो
अभी
मैंने
अच्छा वो मैग्नेट की जगह ऐसे रखना पड़ेगा उंगली. क्या कर रहा है तू? अरे नहीं, मैं अपना हेडफोन चार्ज करना पड़ रहा है मेरे को.
मैं सीधा विराट ट्रेन में चले जाऊंगा वो लेके, और उससे जितना मिली
सर
किलो
थोड़ा
जूल्स ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी मैं चूते पूरे नेशनल ग्रिड पर डाल दूंगा, उतना इलेक्ट्रिसिटी उतना पसीना मिलेगा विराट ट्रेन में.
They'll replace Bushy Dam. They'll replace Bushy Dam with just 20 men who are sweating.
जस्ट स्टैंडिंग इन द हॉट सन. क्या कर रहे हो भाई साहब? मैं इलेक्ट्रिसिटी जनरेट कर रहा हूँ. सर आप क्यों कर रहे हैं? पसीने से आया है. ये कौन बोला? सर हमने एक www.pocketlane.com पे पढ़ा और तब से. और एक्चुअली टिस पे देखा तो बोला कि ऐसे उंगली पे डाल के ना पसीने से इलेक्ट्रिसिटी आता है. और क्या है, हमारे इधर बहुत लोड शेडिंग होता है, तो मैं रोज ऐसे आके इधर तपता हूँ गर्मी में और पसीने.
गुड. नहीं, ट्रेन में अगर किसी का होता ना 1%, अरे 1% हो गया सर, थोड़ा माथा पर डालने दो ना फोन.
तो ऐसे लटक रहे ना सर.
रबिंग देयर. अरे एक सेकंड सर थोड़ा.
Guys,
This is
very, very sorry for all those people who've come here for any sort of tech knowledge.
there are at least 10 people who've seen the thumbnail and been like, maybe this is an insightful, interesting discussion on the future of technology.
Technology.
And for all of you people who are listening to us on Spotify and Apple, please come to YouTube, because otherwise you're just hearing sounds of if you see it on YouTube, you'll know what was happening at that
Context to all this madness.
For context, come to YouTube.
Oh my God. Okay. Okay, guys, I have to tell you about a few amazing things that have happened in the realm of automobiles. Okay, because now the automobiles are going truly auto. So the other thing apart from AI and all of this is the whole self-driving car revolution that has taken place, right? It's the future of cars, and who doesn't want to just sit in a car and not drive it while getting from place A to B? So, but with all of these advancements in car technology, there have also been quite a few very interesting developments when it comes to things that have happened with regards to self-driving cars. So I'll take you through a few incidents. Okay. The first one is this. So in Germany, on the Autobahn, okay, the police on the Autobahn have set up one nakabandi, and a car zips past it. Okay, the police are like, dude, this guy didn't even slow down, didn't even stop. What the heck? They start
I
chasing.
like, I like that you're calling the autobahn the नाकाबंद थी. एक तो नाका है नहीं वो
और वहां तू बंद नहीं रख सकता.
हाईवे
और जिसका
वहां पे पांडु खड़ा है.
140 किलोमीटर का स्पीड लिमिट है.
My bad. It was a checkpoint. Okay.
ऐसे ऐसे जाना
But
पड़ रहा है
madam-
सब लोग ऐसा ऐसा करके लेफ्ट राइट करके
Hmm.
ये बता क्या क्या किया आज रात को. नाव संग
So basically, they had a checkpoint, and this car zips past without stopping, slowing down, nothing. So the cops give
Huh.
chase. Okay, when the
Oh,
cops
wow.
give chase, they find out that this was a self-driving car, and the guy who was in the car had fallen asleep. वो
Yeah,
सो
yeah, yeah.
गया था. And they realized this because every time they would speed up, okay, to get close to the car would speed up too, keeping the exact distance between them.
Oh.
So they kept honking at the guy until the guy woke up. And then he realized that he had slept through not only a stretch of the highway, but a police car chase.
Oh God.
ब्रो अच्छा हुआ सिमिलर कार का मतलब कुछ एपीवी बाहर नहीं गया था कि वांटेड दिस पर्सन हैज एस्केप्ड एंड इट्स द सेम कार दैट दिस डूड वाज ड्राइविंग. मतलब पूरा गोली वोली मार रहे हैं पब्लिक ये और अंदर से कौन है अंदर ये सोया है.
हाँ
कौन चला रहा था गाड़ी चला रहा कौन था. सॉरी आई वाज द वन ड्राइविंग. कौन बोला
आई सपोज वो नींद में उसका अलग से कार चेस चल रहा है. अरे नहीं भागो नहीं निकालो तो नींद में बोलते जा रहा है. एआई सुन रहा है. हाँ ठीक है बॉस करता हूँ.
हाँ ये सबको पता नहीं कि द एक्चुअल इन्वेंशन ऑफ सेल्फ ड्राइविंग कार वाज टार्ज़न द वंडर कार क्रिएटेड बाय
Oh, yeah.
अब्बास भाई एंड मस्तान भाई.
Yeah.
भाई वो था असली.
Bro, and
DC.
speaking of Tarzan the Wonder Car, okay, this was more likely the behind the scenes of Tarzan the Wonder Car. Okay, what I'm going to
Yeah.
tell you next. Okay. Now, this happened in Arlington in Virginia in the United States. Okay, so in Virginia, they had recently passed a law which enabled the use of self-driving cars. And they had also expanded it to use self-driving cars in light and moderate traffic. Now, as soon as this law was enacted, a week later, on the roads of Virginia, there appeared a car, and people were stunned because this was a self-driving car that was driving without anybody in it. Okay, so bus chal raha hai. Okay, it became a sensation and it panicked people, and it got to a point where the news got involved. So this guy from NBC News starts tailing the car. Okay, and he's like, who is behind this? Is it Uber? Is it Google? Is it who is this? Who's doing this thing? So eventually the car stops at a red light, and this reporter jumps out with his camera person, and they go right up to the door, and then they see that this self-driving car was not self-driving at all. It was actually being driven by a man disguised as a car seat.
Wow.
ये देखा था.
And then as soon as the cops and all came, like, who's this? All the master doom. ये तो Doom 4 bro already अपन ने दे दिया like मस्त वाला.
So he was literally a car seat, and the only way you could tell was because उसके like if you look at the bottom of the seat, you would see his hand sticking out holding the steering wheel. Okay, and वो short pants पहना है. Okay, the seat is wearing short pants and it's
Bro ये मस्त आइडिया लेकिन ऐसे करना चाहिए इधर
लोगों को फ्रीक आउट करने.
कि जैसे तू कुछ अगर सिग्नल में थोड़ा पांडु तेरे पीछे पड़े तो ऐसे कुछ पहन लेता है कार से. पांडु आ रहा. हाँ काय रे लाइसेंस है गाड़ी खाली चल आएगा हमें फोन कर.
भाग गया
भाग हेलो MS02 5646 ये गाड़ी
I saw
कॉन्टैक्ट नहीं है. एक मिनट हम गाड़ी चेक कर सकते.
So sorry, just to finish the story. So basically, this was they later found out that this was being done by Virginia Tech. Okay, the university that was in Virginia, and the reason they were doing it was after this law was passed for allowing self-driving cars, they wanted to see what the reaction of the general public would be 2 self-driving cars. So they had done this whole thing with this in mind. So
Another way to escape, which I've seen recently, is if you're driving and police pulls you over. This is a video some TikToker made or something. So police वाला उसको रोकता है, and before the cop can walk out of his car and come to here, come to पुलिस वाले की गाड़ी से अपने गाड़ी के विंडो पे आने से पहले वो ड्राइवर सीट से पैसेंजर सीट पे चला जाता है, और ग्लव कंपार्टमेंट से एक रस्सी निकालता है एंड डक्ट टेप अपना मुंह पे डालता है. He was speeding, so now to get out of the ticket, उसने हाथ पे ये सब डाल दिया और he went there. पुलिस वाला जाता है कि किडनैप हो गया है और जो भी था वो छोड़ के भाग गया इसको.
what? That's crazy. The lens, dude. The lens. मस्त.
ये सेल्फ ड्राइविंग कार अपने इधर नहीं चलेगा आई थिंक. मतलब ये ऑटोबान पे चला रहा है क्योंकि स्ट्रेट रास्ता है ये वो. तो वेस्टर्न एक्सप्रेस पे सेल्फ ड्राइविंग देगा क्योंकि गाड़ी रुक जाएगी, बोलेगी मैं नहीं आ रहा भाई कल से काम पे, आई एम सॉरी, कैनॉट
एक्सप्रेस.
You'll have to
लोग गली वाली में चलाएंगे. हाँ,
you'll have to teach the self-driving car to understand more than just traffic signals. Like you'll have to teach it to understand what this is.
First you have to make the self-driving smart car unlearn whatever it knows about driving to begin with. Because वो उधर आके ऐसे रात के 12 बजे रेड लाइट पे रुक रहा है, पीछे आदमी आके हॉर्न मार रहे, चलना आगे, गाड़ी बोल रही है सॉरी कैन नॉट गो रेड सिग्नल, तेरी मां की रेड सिग्नल, चल आगे चल, सॉरी कैन नॉट गो रेड सिग्नल, डब रात पब्लिक आके पीछे धाप चल रहा है, आगे चल, intrusion detected, calling local police station.
So I got to tell you about this new thing that Ford has patented. Okay, this is insane. All right, so basically Ford realized that there was a problem where what people would do is that they would come and buy the car, okay, and they would buy it on an EMI system, okay, so they would have to pay monthly installments to eventually own the car. But what people would do is they would eventually stop paying the installments, and it was getting very difficult for Ford to recover the cars from people who weren't paying their installments. So Ford patented a method where the car would just drive away by itself.
And come to the main Ford shop.
So it would
This is
it would drive away from the owner's residence and go to a place where it could be towed more easily. So now you got to hear how they were going about this. Okay, it's so incredible. So now the thing is that it's not just going to take the car away. That's the last resort. Okay, so what they were saying is that they would give the person multiple warnings. Okay, कि भाई पैसा भर दे. Okay, so the first thing they would do is they would take away small things like cruise control, automated windows.
Oh, I thought they were like पहले mixer grinder चला जाएगा, फिर lawn mower जाएगा. It's like take away small things. I thought that small things are going away.
तो ओनर सोए, वो गाड़ी जा रही है घर के अंदर ऐसे, देखो ओनर है, मेरा फ्रिज किधर है? I don't know. गाड़ी नहीं चल रही.
I like गाड़ी अपना दरवाजा खोल के ऐसे कर रही. I don't know.
So the thing is, so initially they would take away cruise control, automated windows, seat controls, and the radio and stuff like that. Okay, if you still didn't pay money, okay, if you still were like in maine bharuka, then the next thing that would go off is the air conditioner.
सवाल.
Okay, तो तू फिर AC नहीं चला सकता है. फिर automated door का lock and unlock system. And right before the car drives off, the last thing they would do is that every time you entered the car, there would be a noise that would start. Okay, unpleasant, incessant noise which you can't stop. So beep 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 chal raha hai, okay, until you pay the thing. And if you still didn't pay it, then the car would be like, chal boss.
I think beep 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 की जगह they should play porn at full volume so that the whole neighborhood sees your entire porn history.
Bro, but you know the thing is, if after all of these things, the guy is not paying, he can't pay. मतलब उसके पास नहीं है. वो ऐसा नहीं कि उसके पास पैसा है और वो ये सब चीज सहन कर रहा है इतने टाइम तक, उसके पास नहीं है मतलब.
So now you're just torturing the guy as opposed to just driving the car away. So like तेरे को 4 दिन के लिए torture करेंगे और फिर तेरी गाड़ी जाएगी साथ.
Even though we know you can't. Bro, अगर तू मेरा एसी बंद किया ना, मैं तेरा पैसा वापस नहीं दूंगा, शायद मैं तेरे को मार दूंगा, ठीक है, कि तू बॉम्बे में मेरा एसी बंद किया है क्योंकि पैसा नहीं दिया, मैं मार दूंगा, नो
But
चार्ज.
but by the way, so
And इंडिया में
what,
ये भी नहीं चलेगा. इंडिया में ये नहीं चलेगा because the number of BMWs and Mercedes you see, like वो जो मट्टी लगा होता है रास्ते पे छोड़ के लोग चले जाते हैं. You think
yeah,
Indians
that's
give a
true.
shit? वो छोड़ के Audi पड़ी हुई, Audi Q7 जो खड़ी हुई है ऐसे मरी हुई.
But so a lot of commentators are basically saying that they have patented this technology, saying that people aren't paying, therefore we're going to retrieve the car. But what is actually going to happen is that, much like all other tech in your life right now, right? Most of the things that are that you have right now, they're all on a subscription model, right? There are streaming service, there are music, all of that is on a subscription model. So what they're planning to do for cars is try to introduce a subscription model to a lot of features. So if
Right.
so once the car is connected completely to the internet and it's within their control, what they'll do is, if you want extra mileage, pay an extra fee. If you want to use more of the CarPlay system or whatever it is, pay an extra fee.
Yeah, Tesla Plus.
Yeah. So basically, they're trying to. So you will never truly own an appliance or an object anymore in the future. You will merely rent it from the company. So that's what people are really upset about. Okay. Lastly, right,
एक और चीज याद रखना पड़ेगा, जिसका पैसा भरना है भाई, ऑटो डेबिट ऑन करो.
Where to God, bro?
नहीं हो सकता, can't.
After a while, तो अभी मैंने देखना शुरू किया 200 rupees from your account. I don't even know what that 200 rupees
I
went
don't
for.
even know. It could be some person who has access to my account, and that person takes
हाँ.
out 200 rupees multiple times in a day from my account. I will think it's a subscription. और अभी कोई बैठा एकदम अमीर, लास्ट 5 साल से मेरे से पैसे लेते हुए.
हाँ, so
If you're out there,
2000
return
रुपया
my money.
उससे 200 rupees from 2000 people. That's a lot of money, dude.
That's a lot of
वो
money.
एक दिन में ये automation कर सकता है using AI.
AI.
So the last car related thing, okay, and what a strange solution this is. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what the problem is, and then I'd like you to just tell me what you would do to solve it, and I'll tell you what Google did. Okay, so Google was obviously working on their driverless cars, and they realized that one of the most scary things that people have, a perception that people have about driverless cars is, dude, what happens if a driverless car hits somebody? Okay. So how would you kind of like work around this problem? What would be your solution?
I would have a walkerless walk.
You mean like a...
So I'm not walking. Somebody else. Like a AI robot is walking. So it's not me. It's doing everything I want, but it's not me. तो मैं तो घर पे बैठा हूँ और वो चल के जा रहा है, रोबोट जा रहा है लेने के लिए सामान मार्केट से, और उसको एक सेल्फ ड्राइविंग कार ने उड़ा दिया. अभी उन लोग देखेंगे एक दूसरे के बीच.
No, you think at some point AI will have a collision with another AI, and the AI will come out and be like, "तू बाहर निकल, बाहर निकल."
हाँ.
तू बाहर निकल. No.
That's what the idea is, right?
Response.
Because they are individuals. They're individual AIs, and they like. Have you seen those videos where Siri is talking to Alexa?
No.
There are videos where they make Siri talking. If you went to Amazon Fresh, so there are Amazon Fresh stores here. So you sign in by Aadar Malik. I sign in by my account, and I go into there is no one there.
Huh?
So every time I pick up a product, there are cameras that are recognizing my face that इसने ये mushrooms उठाया, इसने broccoli उठाया, potatoes उठाया, and I walk out of the store and it charges it to my Amazon account.
Must. And if you don't pay for it, then the potatoes walk out of your house.
The potatoes
सब आलू निकल के जा रहे हैं, चल वापस जाते हैं.
वहाँ पे नीचे नाना पाटेकर आता है उधर, आलू ले लो. It just takes. Sorry. So what did the car do?
What would you do to protect people in case they got hit by a car?
In case they got hit, or to prevent it?
No, in case they got hit, what would you do?
Like,
I will say sorry and exchange insurance information.
Call authorities immediately. Like immediately do an emergency, whatever.
Or ask my driverless car to hide the body.
Must. All of these are amazing solutions and they are accurate solutions. But Google came up with something even better. Okay. To protect people once they were hit by the car, they patented a sticky bonnet. वो
ओ हाँ,
गाड़ी तेरे को उड़ाया और तू गाड़ी पे चिपक गया.
अभी मुझे लग भी गया और मैं हिल भी नहीं सकता.
And you will be stuck on the car until the driver sees you and stops it.
और ड्राइवर सोया हुआ है तो
तो चलते.
ओए
तो क्या
ए भाई उठ जा, मैं तेरे विंड स्क्रीन पे हूँ.
अरे बॉस
अरे उठ उठ, चुतिए जल्दी उठ. जीते अभी तो बच गया, लेकिन अगर तू रैंडमली उठ जाएगा.
एंड आफ्टर व्हाइल ही जस्ट लाइक अरे बॉस देख मेरा घर आ रहा है. एक्चुअली यहाँ से लेफ्ट लेके मेरे को घर पे ही छोड़ दे, इधर तक ला ही नहीं है तो.
और बिकॉज मैं ऐसे चिपक गया, अभी सामने गाड़ी का जो कैमरा है वो ऐसे इधर अटक गया है, तो ड्राइवरलेस गाड़ी को भी दिख रहा नहीं है, तो गाड़ी भी अंधी है. कैमरा ऑब्स्ट्रक्टेड, कैन नॉट सी द रोड.
तो वाइपर ऑन कर रहा है उसके लिए.
गाड़ी ऐसे हो रहा है. लेफ्ट मार अलेक्सा. आई एम नॉट अलेक्सा. तेरी तू जो भी है.
तो कोई भी नहीं.
प्रदीप उठ.
You know, imagine the guy who wakes up and sees a human being on his windscreen stuck like a lizard.
Yeah.
उसको मालूम नहीं, उसका फर्स्ट है हाँ. And now when you are safely on the road, you have gone down a valley. So now instead of one people, two people are dead. Thanks Microsoft. No, thanks Google.
You know what this reminded me of?
Two deaths.
This reminded me of that. अगर तेरे घर में चूहे है ना, तो you get that sticky pad. Have you seen
God.
And the mouse trap.
No, it's a sticky pad.
No, there's sticky pad. उसपे चिपक
And
जाता
what
है.
keep running behind the fucking mice?
No,
in the house?
you leave it.
अरे नहीं,
on a
leave
wall.
it.
You leave it on a wall or whatever. The rat is sort of like what do you
Just
call it?
stuck.
No.
Yeah.
So the rat comes because they have this thing on it, which is it basically lures a rat to it, and once the rat is lured to it, it gets stuck onto the thing. So फिर तू उसको.
So, dude, that's my nightmare, to wake up with like rats just stuck on the thing, bro. और वो चूहे है, bro, चूहे हर चीज खाते हैं. वो खा जाएंगे ये जो चिपके.
नहीं, but हाँ, so the thing is, the more they bite, it's a very cruel method because rats start biting their own legs off to try to get away. But the problem is the hair,
so be
hair
it.
sticks.
So be it.
Hair
No
sticks.
sympathy for a rat.
But dude, like, can you
It would
imagine?
chew through you if it had to. So वो खुद को खाएश वो better है.
By the way, this is also such a good this thing for like once you have I like the sticky bonnet idea because there's no more hit and runs. There is hit and take away.
Hit and stick. Hit and stick.
Hit and take the person to hospital. अरे
Because
person detected. Taking to Kokila Ben.
the police stop you and they go like किसी को मारा है क्या? तो कहीं नहीं.
नहीं सर,
अच्छा, तो ये आदमी
ये
कौन
क्या
है?
है? सर ये कार का नया डिजाइन है. इट्स अ ड्राइवरलेस कार बट इट्स अ बोनेट फुल पर्सन. क्या हम लोगों से चिपका के रखते हैं. वेरी गुड.
तो अच्छा, suppose you want to take an Uber, but you don't want to pay full Uber price because nowadays they have got planes जहाँ पे तुम खड़े रह सकते हो. They are proposing planes like Ryan Jet or some one of these. I like there's this section in the plane where you can buy tickets so people can stand. So
ये
यहाँ
सब
पे क्या
ऑप्शन पब्लिक
Uber बाइक है, एक Uber bonnet है. तो तुम bonnet के ऊपर बैठ के जाओ, तुमको हाफ प्राइस में मिलेगा.
वो भी नहीं ब्रो, तू एक ड्राइवरलेस उबर के सामने जाके ऐसे खड़े हो जा, तू चिपक जाएगा.
तेरे को
उड़ाएगी और फिर देखो लेके जाएगी. सडनली तू बैंड्रा भाई मस्त
सांता क्रूज
अपने आप को अनस्टिक कर ले और काम पे चले जा. बॉस पूछेगा तेरे शर्ट पे ब्लू क्या है, बोल जस्ट उबर पूल डियर. Very good. How much did you pay? Sir, free. I
jumped into the Uber pool.
People are peeling off other people from the front of that car like it's a bandit.
चल मेरी बारी है.
This is Uber glue. सर ये पब्लिक को चिपकाते हुए लेके आते हैं. क्या बात कर रहे हैं? तो पूरे गाड़ी पे सब ऐसे चिपके ले, तो अंदर 4 लोग और उनके विंडो पे और 10 लोग. गोविंदा चल रहा है, क्या हो रहा है?
And the thing is कि the car has not only OD'd you, but when you take yourself off the car, तेरे को waxing भी free है.
अरे मस्त. नंगा जम मार रहे पब्लिक अभी. सब just a bunch of naked bodies and Uber just going like that. और सब लोग ऐसे देख रहे क्या आज न्यूडिस्ट है, क्या हो रहा है?
तो मैं
लिंकिंग रोड पे ऐसे नंगे पब्लिक चिपक गए गाड़ी पे. वाओ.
Talking about naked people on bonnets.
But there's some other like tech related stuff, right, which mostly a lot of the tech gets used for the benefit of people as well. Like that's the most like altruistic use of tech, so to speak. Right? तो आजकल नया चल रहा है एक ocean pollution तो है ही. Right? We've all seen those like kilometers of trash just in the ocean. So China is making a plastic eating robot fish.
Yeah.
तो वो रोबोट है और वो कट कर 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 जाके सब प्लास्टिक उठाए लाइक एन एक्चुअल फिश, फिर एक डेस्टिनेशन पे जाके फेंके, फिर वापस मछली बन के जाए.
Bro,
ये
but can
ऐसा
you
हम
imagine
लोग
how?
बहुत
Tell
सारे
me,
डालते
tell
हैं.
me, tell me, this is not a Jason Statham movie waiting to happen, where the robot goes crazy and then Jason Statham has to come and stop the
अबे वो
fish.
रोबोटिक मच्छी इतनी है, जेसन स्टैथम इतने से मच्छी को क्यों मारेगा?
अरे नहीं, eventually everything becomes big, na? It's like, अरे, this machi is so effective, we will make a giant one, and then it
हाँ,
becomes rogue.
आई
हाँ.
आई 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 थिंक मेरे को बुरा इसका लग रहा है कि ये छोटा मच्छी बैठ के प्लास्टिक तो सॉल्व कर रहा है, लेकिन जो एक्चुअल मच्छी है ना, उन्होंने फक ये नया है कुछ सीन में, उन लोग खा रहे हैं रोबोट मच्छी को.
या तो खा रहे हैं, या तो even sadder would be if there are like there's like two dolphins who are doing mating dances. I'll hopefully get the attention of this robot plastic eating fish. अरे
So
bro, क्या चल रहा है?
dolphins. So the thing is, dolphins are known to masturbate for pleasure, like monkeys. Dolphins also are. So eventually they'll figure out how to use this machinery. That's
Oh
the
no.
vibrator.
That's a fact I didn't know. Dolphins are
Yeah,
known to masturbate.
yeah, and so are monkeys. That is a
Wow.
monkey fact for today, guys. Monkeys have helped technology in great levels.
In
Oh,
a tech,
Neuralink.
in a हाँ
हाँ,
बोल Neuralink लगा
Neuralink
लिया
has
तूने.
got this permission for human trials.
तो इलॉन को बोल
बस.
पहले खुद पे लगा, चूतिए तू पहले खुद पे लगा
हाँ,
के
वो
देख क्या
बोलता
हो
है.
रहा है.
उसने बोला I am willing to put Neuralink on my children. It's like
Whoa.
I find it safe enough to put on my. इसलिए तो बच्चे का नाम उसने रोबोट का ही रखा है, AEI
एक्स ए एक्सक्लेमेशन मार्क स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ. भाई ये क्या है?
Epsilon.
ये ग्रेविटी का थ्योरम है ब्रो, उसने लिख दिया उसको.
When you have a tough password but you want to remember it.
Bro, तू खाने का बोल रहा था ना, when you take it from like an Amazon Fresh or whatever. Nowadays you get
हाँ.
fucking fridges, right, which have cameras inside that detect the food.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
ठीक है, वो फोटो लेता है and then lets you know कौन सा खराब हो गया, क्या बचा है,
Wow.
कितना टाइम है खराब होने में.
And it orders it. If you're running out of eggs, it will order the eggs.
I feel like
तो मतलब हम जीना ही छोड़ देना, फिर यही कर रहे सब
yeah.
लोग, अपने मशीन
रोज
डिसाइड
मत.
कर रहे थे. ये ले कॉफी बन गई, केला मंगा लिया उसने.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's exactly what I feel. I feel like there is a, and it might be from every generation that grows up with the technology takes it for granted and doesn't think it's anything special, right? But people like us who are now seeing this stuff, are like, I feel a weird nostalgia towards not having everything so smart. I want some of my tech and some of my things to be stupid. I just want that old school lo-fi drawer हाथ से खुलता है type thing, not like मैं खड़ा हूँ और फिर drawer
और
खुल.
मैंने ऐसे सोचा कि मेरा ड्रॉर खुलेगा तो कैसा खुल गया ड्रॉर,
Yeah,
और वहां से सॉक्स अपने आप चलते आके मेरा पैर में चढ़ रहे हैं, वैसा नहीं.
Like-
बट
huh. There was one thing that I had Googled for a, and cause it had, like, it was a thing that bothers me. So it is that, so you have a washing machine to put your clothes in, you have a dryer that you can dry them in, but folding के लिए आज तक कुछ नहीं बना है. So I thought, is there a self-folding cupboard?
रोबोट ही चाहिए भाई, एक पड़े रहे.
Yeah,
नहीं
ये
है.
सब काम करे रोबोट, तू कर, वही कर रहा है सब कुछ मस्त, मेरे को चाहिए नहीं. बट यू नो लाइक in an age of, like in current age where you have all kinds of technology for betterment of humans, there also comes across technology that is betterment for humans but not really fucking needed. Okay, and I'll tell you why. So there is one technology that they have tried somewhere in the US and France, which is basically on the roadside curbs, right? You have camera detection for people who are on their phone
Oh,
while they're walking. Right? Many a times, and a lot of people commute by like walking most of the places outside. Right? अभी तू लंदन में देख रहा है तो लोग चलते जा रहे हैं ज्यादा से ज्यादा टाइम, इधर भी, everywhere for that matter. And now more and more people are just on their phone, and I've seen this happen like on the road so many times. कोई चल रहा है, bang into somebody, just about to come in front of a car. So they have kept it at all the curbsides where तू अगर नीचे देख के चल रहा है, it will detect you and give you a sign that you are
Getting off the curb.
looking at your phone and walking on the street. I'm like, इसकी जरूरत नहीं है, ये पूरा टाइम नहीं, ऊपर देखा करो. But it's become such a problem that they are introducing this also.
Yeah, it's the mollycoddling of people. Now these people are the prime candidates for Darwin's law.
But technology is never a reaction to an optimistic future. No, technology is reaction to what is actually happening. So it's like clearly this is causing fatalities. How do we prevent the fatalities? Because optimistically, you would want people to, in an ideal world, not look at their phones, but they are. But उसकी वजह से मर रहे. So technology is always a reaction to prevent something that is current.
That's what I was saying. Like, just let it happen until we're out of all the people who do this. And then that gene is only gone. And then only people who don't look at their phones while walking.
Only 90s kids.
Yeah.
Only 90s kids will get.
We'll have the benefits of all the new tech that exists. But bro,
अरे dude, 2000 में बच्चे तो पैदा हुए, उन लोगों को CD players दिए, they don't know what to do with it.
There was another thing now where
उन लोग उसको frisbee बना के खेल रहे.
No,
they're like Alexa, they don't know like what is this object.
So I don't know if we've mentioned this before, but like here's the thing that you like one of those like, oh, I've gotten old moments where I was reading about the younger generation who are using like Microsoft Office and things like that, right? Or like anything on any app where the save icon, they're like, what is that save icon? Because the save icon is a floppy disk, which is redundant for years. So they're like, what the heck is this?
वो अपन भी अभी देखेंगे तो शायद पहचानेंगे क्या है. Although we know it's a floppy disk, but इतना ये होगा. No, but I'm saying in terms of helping people, right? Like glasses that help the colorblind see what the actual color would be. For visually impaired people, like people who have less sight, they have these glasses that basically describe your surroundings for you, so you're better able to picture it. For hearing aid, not just hearing aid, but it is in real time translating it for you.
Yeah.
Bro, imagine breaking down complete barriers in communication. तू सिर्फ कान में डाला है, तू बात कर रहा है मराठी में. I'm hearing it in the language I've chosen. अभी I'm assuming he also has it.
It's already happening.
Yeah,
it's real-time translation is happening.
वैसे Google Translate पे कर रहे हैं. I'm saying this is not phone or nothing. तू कान में रखा है, and you're talking like a normal conversation, but you're understanding.
No, everything. But this exists. It actually exists.
I'm not saying
right
it doesn't.
Now.
That is the point. I'm saying it is. So even for visually impaired, they had this one thing where they have sensors on your fingers, right? And when you go, like you open a book and you go through it, it will make you hear what the word it's going over.
अरे now there are sensors on your fingers. जब देखो ऐसे चाट के पेज नहीं टर्न करना पड़ता, पहले से उस पे पसीना है. It's using your own sweat to help you turn the pages.
Yuck. Anything else?
That was a joke. So biotech has a lot of. So there's this guy who spends $2 million every year, called Brian Johnson. He's a billionaire, and he spends $2 million every year to keep his body. He's 45, but he's got the biological age of 18.
Yeah,
I saw this guy. He's constantly testing himself and like reversing aging, like literally reversing his age.
Dude, and it's
by doing what though? Cryogenic? क्या कर रहा है?
No.
Cryogenic. He's doing a hormone replacement. He's and superlative workout routine. Like literally, wo like 2,000 sit-ups, 20,000 sit-ups.
This guy, so he spent the first 35 something years just working and making money and all of that. At one point, he realized that he had spent all of this time living an extremely unhealthy lifestyle. So he said, you know what? I'm going to stop all of that and I'm going to spend the money I've made in reversing my age so that I can now live like a even fuller life going forward. So he spends $2 million a month. Okay. And in this
month?
Yes.
A year.
Okay, a year. So in this $2 million, he basically gets people to monitor every part of his body 2-3 times a day. So his health, his vitals, his skin, his hair, everything is being monitored. Okay. And he's doing, like Aadar said, he's doing workouts, he's eating right, he's taking supplements, he's like living what would be described as the utmost health based healthiest lifestyle of all time. And the guy is like, if you look at him right now, he looks like one 16-year-old and he's some 45 something. It's crazy.
So the key to reversing age is
He
एक
to
is to
sab
be a
महीना,
billionaire.
एक महीने में एक हुक्का खर्चा कर.
हाँ, और
पैसा.
तू सब बंद कर, मीनिंग जो तेरा लाइफ है अभी ना, सब बंद कर और तू अपने आप. एंड ही गेट्स लाइक मॉनिटर्ड फुल्ली, लाइक रेक्टली. इट्स लाइक द वर्क्स.
रोज सुबह को आके कोई डाल रहा है, सर कैसे लग रहा है आपको? बहुत मजा आ रहा है, मजा आ रहा है. Very good.
So you have, he's like, someone had told him this, that you have the like the anus of some 19-year-old,
12
some shit like that. Yeah, so fucking ridiculous.
But इसमें उसने टेक तो कुछ यूज ही नहीं किया है.
No, it's
Also the guy passing this comment is like, how many 19-year-old anuses have you? Why is this comment existing?
So
so
I'm a rectal examiner. That's why I know
acha.
the exact.
I found out about this guy because I was joking, okay, on 442 that Ronaldo is going to go to Saudi Arabia, collect all this money so that he can de-age himself and keep link. Okay,
Yeah.
and really, as I say this, I start getting links. Ki bro, ye ho gaya already. Ronaldo ko bata de.
By the way, a football game का मेरे को देखो बताने का था. This Kautuk will find really funny. Inverness FC. Basically, what they tried to do was introduce AI and reduce their expenses on cameramen. So the cameras will automatically follow the ball.
Oh.
But problem क्या हुआ? After a while, the camera started focusing on the bald referee. So then all the cameras started pointing to his head. And then instead of fixing it, this is typical sports fan mentality. It's like, yeah, AI का fault है. It's ruining our game. So instead of actually fixing the algorithm, they were like, वो referee को wig पहनाओ और फिर उसको बोलो referee करते.
So उधर एक headbutt will be that's a great header. Oh, the ball is feeling hurt. The ball is bleeding.
All the players are kicking the referee's head.
Bro, imagine if this was around like back in the day. बेचारा Zidane wig पहन रहा है.
सब लोग के लंबे बाल होते हैं ब्रो, क्योंकि तू थोड़ा भी से टकला लेके गया तो सबको लगेगा तू बॉल है. Means. Great one. All right. On that note, that's the end of this episode of the Internet Said So. We were discussing crazy new tech that we've seen or heard about. If we've missed out on some, which we 100% sure we have, because you can't encompass all of tech in an hour-long episode. So let us know. Put some links. We'll also check out some crazy new tech that is out there. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again next week. Make sure you like, share, subscribe.
Guys,
and
shows. I'm coming to Mumbai on the 19th of June, and I've got a bunch of shows that are in Mumbai, 19th, 21st, 24th. So there are like 4 or 5 shows that I'm doing. I'm going to put it out on my Instagram, and I'll put the link below. And I've released 2 new songs on my YouTube channel. Uska bhi link डालूंगा. Go check it out. जाओ, share करो. देखो अपना यार 2 और गाने आ रहे हैं.
Yeah, and one last piece of promotion. Secondhand Stories Season 2 is back. There are 5 stories so far. There'll be, I think, 6 by the time this comes out. So if you enjoy long-form storytelling with true crime, horror, and just unbelievable stories, then check Secondhand Stories Season 2 out. Okay, that's it. Anything else?
I am on a family holiday when this releases, so please like my posts. All right. On that note, that's it from us. See you again next week. Bye bye. Take care. Good night. Salam. Ishq.